2.
Go now.
Go now. Go.
We are actually live.
Go. Come on, hurry.
So I'm just going to start the session with announcing, unfortunately, Nora died in her. If you could just boot Fiona from the chat, that would be great. You are very, very welcome along to the latest episode of Rise of the Forsaken, Chapter 7, Forget Me Not. I am Declan, your Dungeon Master, and I am joined by James, who's playing Umbra, Eilish playing Diara, Emma as Redmond, Fiona barely as Nora, and Kat as Mooney. You are very, very welcome along. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. I'm so glad that you were here with us and you're hopefully along to enjoy some, which is apparently becoming a thing now that I'm some sort of trauma DM, the trauma, or evil DM if you're watching Homebrew Quest. Both of those things I will just take on and officially wear as my part of my sash. And we were just talking before all this started. We were like, hey, is this the first episode since the new year, or is this the second? And I couldn't remember. But have you anything to announce at the start? It'd be good. It'd be good to just dive into. Has anybody wants to
dive into it?
Just dive into it. Oh yes.
Oh.
I remembered. Emma has to do a recap because Fiona rolled.
This is true. Okay, are we ready?
I'm not.
You're so ready.
So I didn't have a lot of time to prepare, so I'm reading my notes that I wrote down last time and often can't read my own writing, so bear with me.
Can we get a bit of life now in this? And
Yeah,
Regim's
sure.
doing this, so Regiment has to be getting
All right,
some inspiration.
So chapter 6, A Web of Memories and Lies. Mooney and Reggie save Diara. We leave the cave. Umber sees a woman pointing north, saying death must remember. Umber legs it. Kaylor will make mushroom medicine. Mooney consoles Diara and tells her boyfriend is dead. Diara is delusional. Madra lies down the facts. We get to the top of the quarry. It's coming from the northeast again. The masonry has disappeared. The ground goes weird and bog-like. The masonry is in ruins. Knock is Devo. Animals are dead. Mooney's not happy. Nora smells danger. Reggie cuddles Mooney.
Oh.
Umber tries to detect poisons and disease. Instead, he gets feedback noise. Nora sees something weird. Nora sees the corpse of Deirdre and the soldier with the sun symbol. Reggie speaks. Hot Elf and Robot are near the orphanage. We agree to walk around the building to find Ilaria. Umber is not stealthy and gives us away our position. Hot Elf is a dick. Reggie and Nora spit at him. Umber signals for Diara to go
Around.
inside the gaff, inside the gate of the gaff, I think it says.
Yeah.
The black sun is on the robot man. Robot is disseminating us. Mooney is bringing the fire. Nora is invincible to robot brew. Nora and Reggie go mad with great axes. Umbra uses his spidey senses and knows Ilaria is upstairs. He begins to climb the trellis. Diara is athletic because of Matthews. Mooney tries fire again with feeling, but does not work. Mooney summons a quill. Robot kills Nora.
Fucking live.
Reggie breathes properly and takes another chunk from brew. Diara finds Hot Elf with a knife and at Illyria's throat. Hot Elf just grabs a knife into Illyria, jabs a knife into Illyria. Mooney and Reggie feel shite, drowning, freezing on fire. Mooney tries firebolt again. It hits 10 fire damage. Mooney kills Baru. Diara goes to Ilaria. She is very cold, but her heart is very loud. Ilaria speaks to Diara. It's creepy. Hot Elf says Umber doesn't know who he is. The black sun hand tattoo creates a portal. He goes through. We all cuddle. Ilaria resets time. And we're all in a small cottage. We're in a hellscape. What the fuck is this perfect cottage? Umber sees your one again. Death must remember.
Yay! Well done. Very good.
Incredibly thorough. So good.
I think Emma should do it every week. Sorry.
I'm just loving the reduction of my characters and NPCs to your one, that thing,
And the gaff is on fire.
the gas on fire.
I liked Hot Elf and Robot the best.
I would watch that show.
Hot Elf and
I would
Robot.
play that
TM, nobody steal it. Anyway,
Okay, so anywho,
Did I
Ready
miss
to get
it?
inspiration?
Regiment can have inspiration.
Yay!
I have a feeling I might need it.
Oh.
Thank you, Declan.
Just to fill in some of the blanks there around the end of Regiment's recap, the five of you awaken to find yourselves in one large bed. There is a smell of smoke, salt air, and dried herbs all around you. And when your eyes open, you find yourself in a small one-bedroom cottage. Nulra's frame and Mooney's frame have kind of filled up most of the bed. Diara, Umbra, and Redmond, you find yourselves clinging to the edge of the mattress or the bed frame or the blankets to try and stave off that morning cold. That's kind of, though the cottage is warm, it's that typical, oh, I've just woken up, and oh, if you take the covers off, everything beyond it is a frozen tundra. You've a chance to kind of peek around the room, and everything is as you remember it. So, like, there's a closet at the far end of the bed, and you can see your clothes, your coats, your boots, everything kind of crumbled up or half folded, or in Umbra's case, precisely hung on a small wooden pole. It is a brisk morning. You can hear the wind rattling against the pane of the window over the bed. Beyond, you can see the edges of the cliff, and below it, the short climb down jagged steps to a pebblestone beach. The sea is churning grey and deep blue, and white horses crash and fold and rise again on the edge of waves. You can hear a soft humming coming from the door beyond, and the slightly burnt smell of porridge. For the five of you.
Nulra is going to fling the covers off everybody. And
Roll for
go that
hypothermia.
porridge.
She's saving throws.
As she gets up, she's going to like slightly press Regimen back down into the bed and run for the porridge.
Okay.
He's going to jump up and run and try clip her heels. You know, when you get behind and try to trip them up. Yeah.
Anybody else getting deja vu here?
This happened not so long ago.
I tell you what, Nulra and Regiment, for the grand old sake of it, give me opposing strength saving throws. Strength checks.
Ooh, that's not great. 13.
That's a 19.
Okay. So, Nulra, you as you get up, it's that thing of, oh, I'm just getting up, and you're actually pushing Regiment down. And Regiment, yeah, you feel the pressure of Nulra's kind of palm pressing you into the mattress a little bit. And as she clambers over you and she scurries to the edge of the bed, you roll over onto one side and just grab her by the ankle with both hands. And Nulra, you slip and fall kind of head first to the floor below. And there is, yeah, the floor is freezing.
Oh, is it rock? It's made of rock, isn't it?
Yeah, it's rock, but you've not. I was going to have you lose it too.
Oh, karma.
Don't you dare.
Reggie's just going to run.
That heartfelt moment was inspired by Ben from Homebrew Quest. I'm going to do one of those from now on in every stream.
Yeah, he's going to run towards the breakfast room, or I suppose it's just a kitchen. That's yeah.
The breakfast room.
Yeah.
It's far from mansions you were raised, Reggie.
Breakfast
Uh,
room.
Mother, I'll have my oats on the veranda. Redmond, yeah, you clamber, and it's that thing of when you get out of the bed, you step on Nolra and make your way to the door. You open it, and you see the breakfast room / kitchen / living room / study / one time it was a bathroom when Diara couldn't, kind of half crouched with her dress kind of tucked in under her. You see Ilaria kind of kneeling next to a rather large fireplace. Over it, you see a fat black pot-petaled pan, and that's where you can. It's pan is used. This saucepan is used for everything. And Ilaria, just on seeing you, and then sees Nolra, just for one of these mornings, one of you is going to lose a tooth.
Nolra's gonna stride over, and Ilaria gave her one of these hand-me-down night dresses that are meant to go to the floor, but on Nolra it's like a mini dress. So she's gonna stride over in her mini dress and try and snatch a bowl of porridge first, and ignore the fact that Regiment made her eat the floor. Yeah,
Okay.
thanks.
Sorry,
Thanks, Bicho.
sorry. I've let Bicho out. He's to go outside. I'm so sorry.
He has to go
Sorry.
outside.
He has to
Bicho
go
is going to
outside.
get a toe up the arse.
No, he's our mascot.
What's that, Bicho? We
He's
all
such a
leveled up.
good boy.
Bicho
Every
says-
time Bicho interrupts,
Inspiration.
we get inspiration. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, he didn't
Okay.
hear us.
I
We're
have
still
to
going to be
go-
able to hear him. We'll just be slightly muffled.
He's going to have to come back in again in a few minutes, but he's fine. He's fine. Yeah, Nora, you shoulder past Regiment, and Illyria hands you a bowl of porridge.
Before Regiment?
And what kind of condiments do we have here at the breakfast bar to add to our porridge?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. This morning there's a selection of berries.
Tim Tam's preserves.
There's honey and cream.
Yeah, she's going to pour half of each of those servings into her bowl.
Okay. Nora selfishly takes half of the provisions and fills her bowl with them.
Can Reggie take the other half?
Aww.
Nora's kind of going to laugh at that and elbow him and go, ha, ha, ha. You snooze, you lose. And she's going to shout back at the rest of them.
Oh yeah, and
Enjoy your bland porridge.
he's gonna shout us down and be like, suckers!
Okay. The two, yeah. Ilaria hands you a bowl, Regiment, and watches as you and Nolra take the two small little jugs, one of honey, one of cream, and with a spoon glub half the pot of honey into your bowl each, and then the same with the cream. She
They're all
rolls
going
her
to be
eyes.
laughing at us later when we get the shits, so.
Umbra, Diara, Mooney, what are you guys doing?
Minnie slowly rises up from the bed and she looks outside to see how late it is in the morning and how she's usually the first to rise. She's usually the first up and out to what she can remember. Maybe going out and feeding animals, but that doesn't feel right. And she'll look
You-
around and see if her little badger friend is milling about.
You have you have an instinct, and it is that the animals, and then you're like, wait, what animals? And as you cast an eye over around the room, they're in a small little wicker basket, just half tucked under the bed. You just see a fluffy grey and black little bum half hanging out of the basket, and a leg kind of just twitch.
Oh, we all slept in then. And she'll like fling her big feet over this teeny tiny bed and she'll look under the bed and see if her tote bag is there filled with treats.
Well, there's a tote bag and a lot of crumbs around the basket. And as you peer under Mooney, you see Brassica kind of asleep under the bed and just with kind of a half whimpered or whispered, "No, Mooney." I said, "No jam, Mooney." And then he kind of yawns and lets out kind of a squeak.
Oh. She like quietly prods him. Hello, Brassica.
Oh.
Hi. I'm really sorry, but I think that I slept in this morning, so I don't think I was able to feed you. Do you want anything from the kitchen?
Mooney.
Yeah.
Mooney, I appear to have, he kind of just kind of, I appear to have a bit of a sore tummy.
Oh.
And he just rolls onto his back.
Are you okay?
And he kind of half gestures at his belly.
Oh. Otto, so you fed yourself then? I'm sorry, I slept in. I usually get up to feed you, don't I?
You do. And I had to fend for myself, and I must have eaten something spoiled from that bag of yours.
Why?
And now my tummy's sore.
Well, sorry about that. Okay, I'm just gonna run downstairs then and maybe try and get something for myself then. You just trying to go and sleep it off then?
He half gestures at his belly again. Apparently so. And then he takes the blanket and he just kind of rolls it over himself with kind of a huff.
Okay.
And he rolls it over to one side.
Well, you go back to sleep then. I'm going to go downstairs and try and get caught up in the day, okay?
Yeah, okay, Mooney. You go on without me. I'll fend for myself. Might be the last time you see me. I might have a gut rot.
Oh, no, don't say that. I'm sure you'll be fine, sure.
I'll
I'll just be downstairs or...
my side. Is this pancreatitis? Do I have a pancreas?
She like reaches in and she grabs the wicker basket and just slowly brings it out. Do you want me to bring you downstairs, maybe?
Oh, not amongst the riffraff, please. Thank you. I don't think my spirit could take it today.
She picks him up and cradles him like a wee baby. Then she grabs the little tote bag and she just like wiggles him in.
Don't forget my blanket.
Okay. This little blanket in, and she doesn't put it around her shoulder. She just like cradles it like a little baby, and her little big bare fur bulk feet will just pat her downstairs, and then remembers that the cottage doesn't have a downstairs, and then just go into the breakfast room instead.
Yes.
As you saunter into the breakfast room, Umbra and Diara, you heard Mooney chatting to her pet badger. It's like a thing she does all the time, Diara. Umbra, when you look around the room, when you look around and you see Diara, you watched as Mooney headed out the door. Everything seems to have sort of a kind of a haze or a shimmer around it, as if you're not seeing it properly, fully.
His forehead is beading sweat, and he's actually been awake for a little while now, kind of watching the rest mill about and trying to take in his surroundings. And he very hesitantly stands up and just reaches out to touch the walls and the window and just kind of stares. He looks around, he turns looking for like the hole that Nolra put in the wall.
you when you reach out to touch the walls, or even the window, the bed feels real, the blanket feels warm, but the wall, the window, the structure, it feels like your hand is passing through webs. It's that weird sensation of just, there's something clinging to you. You can't see it, you can't feel it, but all the same, it's there. It was tangible for just a brief moment. And then you hear Illyria calling from the kitchen. Umbra, Diara, if you wait any longer, Nora and Reginald are at this stage probably going to have eaten the bowls.
That checks out. He looks over at Diara and kind of scans her face for any sign of any concern.
Dara's gonna look over at him and then frown and blush and just say, "Why are you staring at me?"
I don't know. Did you sleep okay?
Yeah. I mean, apart from Nora's foot in my face for most of the night. Did you
Yeah.
not?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know that. I don't think I'm actually awake yet.
Weird dreams?
I don't. No, I don't think so. Just I don't know. I feel weird. I feel off. Maybe I'm just hungry.
Maybe that rat brought something in.
Now, that's no way to talk about Reggie. I know he's had problems, but he's a good kid.
That's what you want to call him.
No. Let's get breakfast, I guess.
I don't want porridge.
Yeah.
Ye head out. Sorry, Jake. Sorry, Umbra. Go on.
No, that's it. He's just yeah.
Just make it.
Yeah, he's like I don't either.
The both of you head out to find Mooney, Nora, Reginald, and Illyria scooted round the table. Mooney's badger, and most definitely not a rat, is slurping porridge from a small little bowl, adorably and very unrat-like. I rolled for adorableness, and he got a nat 20. So. But Illyria just kind of watches and just looks at the five of you. Everybody's awfully quiet this morning.
What?
She looks over at Reginald, who's just got, like, in the tuft that he calls a beard and a mustache, just like clumps of cream and oats.
Nuller. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, you please. Yeah.
Nuller is gonna, as she's eating, gonna just start laughing and say, Reginald, I had this weird dream that you knocked out someone's tooth. Like that would ever happen, you fucking eat it.
I would at all. I'd knock them all out of their head.
Illyria slams her hand onto the table. Language, Nora.
Sorry. Is he actually giggling?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna crush his foot under the table with my foot and put at the same time, just like I'm gonna lower my eyes and just say I'm sorry. And keep eating.
Mooney's going to
What-
quietly just scan the table and see if there's anything else other than porridge.
It's just porridge.
All the porridge haters.
She's
Yeah,
gonna, like,
Diara's.
look at her bowl of porridge and then look at her bag and be like, I can't put that in there.
Brassica looks at, oh, yes, you can.
So yeah, what are we doing today? Doing anything fun?
I thought we would take our lessons outside. I thought we might go down to the beach, and I might even let you go exploring some of the rock pools a little bit later. I know, Nolra, you had said that you were quite enamored with the idea of looking for crabs.
We're children, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nora nods because in her head she's thinking she's gonna hide them in Regiment's beard when he's asleep.
I mean, it's basically peach fuzz. Like, it's only growing here.
He's gonna notice a giant crab.
Oh, she's gonna try. She's still gonna try.
Is there anything the rest of you would like to do today?
I don't know. Maybe we can walk around the coastline and see if there's any nice puffins or cute little sheep milling about.
I'm. Please ignore Bicho. He's very excited by the game. A random Spanish cat just wanders into the cottage.
Another rat. That's what I said. Diara's a brat. Can you tell?
I thought perhaps we could take a stroll, Mooney, but after the last time, and she looks at Regimond, Nolra, and Umbra, I fear we haven't quite learned our lesson.
How was I supposed to know there was a sprite on the back of that?
If the lessons go well this morning and we are well behaved, we watch our language, then maybe we can see after lunch.
What's her lunch?
Porridge. Larry is not a cook. Afternoon porridge.
Different. Cold. Yeah, Diara's just gonna roll her eyes and be like, whatever.
I don't know that I feel all that well.
Oh, what's the matter, Umbra?
I mean, what's right with him?
Diara's gonna give her an elbow. Give him an elbow.
I don't know. I feel sort of like clammy or like things just kind of groggy and not really. I don't know. Maybe the beach. Maybe the air.
She presses the back, she reaches kind of across the table, avoiding the slop messed up by Regimond and Nolra, and just reaches over towards you, Umbra, and just places the back of her hand against your forehead. You don't have a temperature.
Right then, Mooney's gonna lift up Brassica and just like hold him right over the table. Get you check Brassica as well because he's not feeling very well either.
Oh, and Illyria just kind of pulls her hand away from Umbra and then just kind of feigns to put a hand on Brassica's forehead, and she's like, "Oh, Mooney. I think Brassica has got a case of cuties," and she just like starts to like squeeze his cheeks and like rub him under the chin, And Brassica, like his two back legs just start to kind of kick and flail a little bit. And just Mooney, put me down. I'm quite Mooney, put me down. I'm exposed
sorry.
at the
Right.
breakfast table.
Oh, sorry, just wanted to make sure. Hopefully this cuties is not too contagious.
Rest assured, I've had it all my life, and I've put it up with the condition.
Alright. Okay. So Umbra's sick then.
Umbra is not sick. Umbra, perhaps you're right. The sea air is very good. We can. Why don't I clean up? And she just gestures at the table and at Regiment. This, and why don't the Umbra? Why don't you and your sisters head down to the beach, and Regiment and I will be down momentarily when he is presentable and less covered in oaths.
So we'll see you in like a couple hours then.
We can always shear him.
Mom, don't forget to do that thing where you like lick the tissue and then rub it on his cheek. He really likes that.
I don't. I can do it. I'm gonna.
And she literally licks her thumb, leans across the table, and just smudges your cheek, Nora. Oh, like that. Yeah.
Oh, I just had a horrible flashback to my own childhood. Disgusting. Yeah, she's gonna recoil a little bit, and then she's gonna quickly make to leave. Obviously, she's gonna go in to get changed. She's not gonna go out in her little mini dress. She's gonna go in to get changed and get ready to leave.
Umbra, as you watch the others get up and head to the room to kind of to change, when Nulra, Diara, and Mooney come back, they don't look like they did a moment ago. They don't look like children. They look grown up. They look like adults.
Okay. I don't know. I feel. He just kind of shuts his eyes very hard and he says, everything is fine. To the room at large.
Why do you keep staring at us?
Are you feeling okay, Umbra?
I know we're gorgeous, Umbra, but come on.
Maybe he's coming down with the cuties as well.
No, everything is fine, question mark.
Umbra, as you blurt that out, you just hear a voice, a woman's voice calling your name. You don't know why, you don't know how, but the source of the sound is drifting up from the beach.
Without another word, he will get up and walk out the door.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for waiting.
Hyperventilating a little bit.
Oh no.
What did we say? Umbra, wait.
You rush out of the house and down the steps to the beach below, and it's a pebblestone beach. The wind is cold and cutting, and you can feel it stinging your face. But the entire time, that woman's voice just whispers in your mind, and she calls out your name. And as you feel the stones crunch underfoot, as you round a corner down to the beach below, and you can see the waves crashing, and you can feel the spray washing over you, standing there on the edge of the shoreline with the sky behind her, a burning orange and a sinking purple. You see the woman in twilight, with dressed in long silver and purple dress, her night black hair, the edges of a scarf all catch and dance on the wind.
Do I know you?
You have always known me, Umbra, just as I have always known you.
I'm sorry. I'm having kind of an off morning. Um,
Umbra, you and the others, your siblings, you exist beyond the designs of destiny and fate. Your lives, your very being, is an anomaly. You remember. Think, Umbra.
it feels like there's something. Do you ever get that feeling where something is just? Do you ever get that feeling where you just haven't woken up yet?
I am the goddess of twilight.
Oh,
You remember the cave, the sanctum, the quarry, the hill, the fire, the moment. And she took that away. For you and for the others, but more importantly, for herself.
goosebumps start to rise in his arms, and he kind of like holds himself against the sea breeze. And does he remember?
Yes, yeah. You, as she says this, that haze of everything around you, that disconnect, that sort of, it's like the edge at the sleep of your eyes is just wiped away. And you remember everything. You now know why Diara, Nulra, and Mooney looked the way they did. Those are your sisters. They are grown up. You are grown up. And when you look at your hands are your own. They are as you remember them only a moment ago.
A like lump kind of catches in his throat, and his stomach heaves a little bit in his chest, and he says, "Oh God, he slit her throat." He should be dead. She has to be dead.
You were a tiny little creature when I found you. I brought you to her. I brought you to Boss. And like you, like the others, you were spared from death. But she did not rewrite your destiny. She did something most entirely unheard of. She removed you from fate altogether. And in that exact moment, in that second, she made her decision, Umbra. She made up her mind, her heart, and she remained on the material plane to take you, to take care of all of you, her children. You must, and she looks over her shoulder as the sun rises. You must have so many questions.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Has she done this before? How many times have we done this?
This has never happened. This is not a game. This is not a nightmare. It might feel like that right now. That confusion, that anxiety, that hurt, it can become something dark.
And for the first time, he takes a step back and he says, "She cares about us, though. That's real."
That has always been real. That has never once been in question, Umbra. The life you have lived up until this very moment has been carefully, respectfully guarded by her. Everything you have ever known, she has only sought for your protection, all of your protection. Something is happening in the world, Umbra. Something is coming. It already moves. It's already changing. This has what's caused Boss, Alaria, your mother, to become fractured. She cannot exist as both parts of herself, and she must, Umbra, she must be made whole. This, and she just gestures around her, all of this is an illusion. Delusion, a facade in twilight. Her magic, like her mortal body, is dying. If it does before she remembers, truly remembers who she is, who she was, and who she must be once again, then she will be lost. Not just to you, but to this world and the world beyond.
So, what do I do? Why? And he kind of bites his tongue a little bit. Why don't you do it? I don't mean to be. And he kind of gets caught. I'm not to be disrespectful of you, ma'am. I just. I'm just a. I'm just me.
And that, Umbra, you are enough to change all of this, to save her, save all of us. And she extends her hand, and when she does, you see light kind of refract and bend around it, and there's shadows. It's strange. It's kind of it begins to take form and take shape. You are one part in all of this. You must save her. you and your siblings. At this moment, your physical bodies still exist beyond the threshold. You can go there. You can save them.
I don't
To
know what
let
that
her-
means.
To let her go, you must find the memories that anchor her. Memories connected, each one of you tied to her. You will know. And the light and the shadows that were swirling around her hand, you see a small necklace, and it's wrapped around Mooney's neck. There's a tooth on a string, and you see Nulra triumphantly holding it over her head. There's a letter written nervously and stuffed into an envelope and sealed with wax by the hand of a young man dressed all in tweed. And atop a dusty shelf sits a battered, tarnished gold trophy. These represent the anchors. Give them up. Bring them home. And cast them into the fire, Umbra.
Then will we be okay? Will she be okay?
You, my boy, have faith. Because what you must give up is something more. Something only you and she share. The dawn is rising, Umbra. I have little time. Find the cave. Cross the threshold between light and dark. Walk like shadows. Seek the memories that anchor her. Let them go. You must all let them go before it's all too late. Please. And then you just hear Illyria call out, Umbra. Umbra.
He's just nodding, but he casts a look over his shoulder in the direction of Illyria's voice.
You see Illyria, Nulra, Diara, Mooney, and Regiment. Are you feeling okay?
He nods wordlessly.
When you kind of look to her and then kind of look back and nod your head, you see no sign of the woman that was standing on the shoreline. The color seems to have come back to your face. I knew the sea air would do you some good. Okay, so if you're feeling up to it, Number, I was explaining to Regiment, Nulra, Mooney, and Diara the point of the lesson this morning, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the properties of seaweed. So,
Yeah, but
Nora.
I think you can eat it.
Correct, Regiment. You can eat it. That is one of the things that you can do with it. Nora is going to carry the bucket. A very important job. and the rest of you can collect samples. Now, I would like different samples, so look for different colors, different shapes, different textures, and if you find anything else, feel free to pop it in the bucket, and Nolra here will take extra special care of it. Won't you, Nolra?
Through gritted teeth, she's going to say, "Yes, Mom, of course I will." And she's going to pick up the bucket and start like walking and like in an angry mood, like swinging it around her shoulder. And she's so pissed off, she's going to kick a stone into the sea in anger. And hopefully it won't hurt her toe, but you're probably going to make it hurt her toe, aren't you?
I'm not. I don't know what you're saying.
Nora breaks her toe.
Her ankle's gone. Old beach ankles. Yeah. Illyria just looks to the rest of you, Diara, Mooney, and Redmond. Well, off you go. You have 1 hour and bring everything back up to the cottage, and we will take a look at what you have found. And we will, of course, go through everything. And as promised, because I know, Umbra, I know you were asking the last day, yes, we are going to discuss photosynthesis.
Oh, that's all you hear from Nora, like halfway down.
And
the beach.
Nolra is going to spell it for us.
Regiment's gonna run off and get like the closest clumps of seaweed with the most sand and gunk on them and toss them into the bucket so he knows there'll be a bit of backsplash on Nora. You're like, "Come here, bucket girl."
Bucket girl.
Nora's gonna take out a clump and she doesn't care that Illyria can see. She's gonna launch it back at your face.
And he's just gonna go for a walk. She's gonna see like a cluster of seagulls, and she's just gonna just go and walk over toward them.
All right.
Hi, how are yous?
Grand yourself.
Doing okay? I don't suppose you've seen much seaweed about here, have you?
And one of the gulls just gestures with his wing. It is everywhere.
Oh, aye, so it is. So, he is up to much?
Not really. I was just telling Frank here that there's not a lot of fish in the sea at the moment.
No, what do you think that would be?
I don't know, mating season and all that. The dating pool is very shallow.
Oh God, it's a joke about the ocean being deep.
What?
I don't know. I don't suppose if there's much to do about here in terms of maybe if there's any sheep or chickens about.
What's a sheep?
I don't. It's like a wee round cloud sort of thing with legs on it.
He looks over at Regiment. There's one right there.
Ah, very good. I thought there used to be sheep around here. I don't really know.
And
Just-
if a seagull could put his hands on his hips and kind of do that old man sort of like thing. Oh, well, there's fishing, flying, swimming, sitting, courting, flying, diving. That's a young man's game.
But no grazing or bleating or anything like that. No. I
Yeah.
could have sworn.
And there's just a whispering coming from the back. Mary, I wouldn't get too close to them. Look, they might be in a gang.
Seagulls. How are they going to be in a gang? There's no gangs about here. Not that I
No.
think. Although I thought that there were sheep around here, so maybe there are a bunch of gangs.
Well, just hang on to your valuables. And Brassica's gonna tuck his blanket under his bum a little bit more.
I don't have any valuables though. Hang on, actually. I know you're awfully valuable, but she looks down her little blouse. Is there a necklace there?
There is a small tarnished gold necklace.
She just thinks for a moment and just pats it down. Well, we're gonna go off and see if we can find any. Well, we found the seaweed actually, so we don't really have to go looking for it. But sure, I'm just gonna go now.
Right, so lass, off you go.
All right, goodbye, goodbye, bye, 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 bye. And she just like keeps walking straight forward down the. Well, she's
She
not picking
waves.
up any seaweed. She's just like dozing about.
Okay. Diara.
Yeah, she's just wandering along, picking up shells and humming to herself.
Okay. Umbra.
Chris kind of internally has a debate going on as to who he's going to, as to whether there's anyone he can trust here. He turns to look at Regiment and Nora. What are they doing at the minute?
Richmond is trying to stuff seaweed into Nora's pants.
Nora's
He
kind of
thinks-
irrationally getting angry because she just has this memory of her dream in the back of her head where Regiment beat her in a fight, and that's just making her really pissed off. And she's going, "Fuck off, Regiment! She always gives me the crap jobs too. This is crap. I hate this place. I hate this place." And she's going to be just throwing rocks into the sea with abandon.
All right, chill out. It's supposed to be good for you,
Can she try and pick Regiment up and throw him into the waves?
Give me an athletics check. Regiment, give me a strength saving throw.
17.
23.
Oh, I'm really channeling Nola right now with the anger.
So, Regiment, tell me how this works out. As Nola reaches down to grab you by the scruff and the belt of your pants to toss you into the sea, how do you outmaneuver her, and what do you end up doing to her?
I actually end up grabbing her trousers, so when she throws me, I'm actually wedging her.
Okay. Yeah, Nora, you end up with a wedgie, and you just see Regiment's shit-eating grin on his face as you start to fish the undergarments out of your buttocks.
Mm. You don't need to paint that picture, thank you.
No, I'm leaving it there. Yeah.
Let me just put this in my notes.
For anybody else who came here to actually watch D&D, I'm so sorry.
Nah.
Umbra's looking at this and he's like, no, not them.
Umbra, as you cast your look away from those two, you see Mooney kind of reflexively playing with something around her neck, as she's kind of walking up and down along the beach, just kind of half talking to nobody and nothing, and then looking into her bag occasionally. But she seems to be kind of playing with a chain around her neck, and you see that it has a faint glow around it.
He'll break off into a run out towards her and be like, Mooney, hold on, my legs aren't as long. You got longer legs.
They are quite short though, aren't they?
I'm a good height, I think.
Yeah. Are you feeling any better? No.
Nope.
Is it your
No.
stomach?
No,
was-
it's
Oh.
no.
And what is it then? I mean, the porridge seemed to work wonders for wee Brassica's tummy this morning. Did you eat anything? Maybe that will help.
No, it's not that. It's not that, Mooney.
Now that
This
you're up
isn't
close,
fine.
Sorry.
He
Now that you're
just
close-
goes, this isn't fine, and carry on.
Now that you're kind of standing up next to her, you see that there is a tarnished gold necklace. The necklace belonged to Eileen Sapras. Mooney insisted that each and every single one of you donate your allowance to buy it for her. And she gave her money to Ilaria. And was the one to present the gift to Eileen on her birthday, and it is glowing around her neck.
Mooney, something is wrong here. Don't you? Do you not? Does nothing feel strange?
I mean, a wee bit. I mean, this outbreak of kitties is kind of concerning, but I don't know. I feel like oh, there's more things to do about here.
Like?
Did we? I don't know. Like, I
Uh-huh.
remember going about like feeding animals, and there's nothing really about here other than fish and feed. It's hard to feed fish. You get all wet, don't you? I can never wade in far enough.
You still have your friend. You still have Turnip.
Wee Brassica. He doesn't like being called Turnip.
That's okay. He's a badger. I don't know that he knows. No. You're right. You are right. Things aren't. This is wrong. This is
I
wrong.
didn't
This
say
is
that
not how
anything
things
was
should be.
wrong. I think he brought that up. I just said things feel a little bit weird.
Things are. And he reaches up and like just puts a hand under the necklace and just kind of lifts it up into her eye line. He's like, do you remember where you got this? Do you know what this is?
The second you touch it, Umbra, it goes cold in your hand, and you feel that coldness, Mooney, course through you,
Oh.
and you remember everything.
Minnie just crumbles a little bit. She falls down to her knees. She remembers that this was Eileen Sapras, this necklace, the one that she took from the corpse.
He casts
Oh.
an eye back at and just to make sure that there's no sign of Ilaria or anything.
No, she headed back up to the cottage.
And then he
There
kneels
were
down.
sheep. There were so many sheep, and they were all dead.
They weren't I don't think they were actually I don't think they were actually real either. Or they might have been, but not really. This is do you remember the cave?
I do. I
We need to
remember
find
the cave.
We need to find the cave. I spoke
We can't go in the cave. Last time we went in the cave, that's when it all went wrong.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I spoke to there's no way to say this that doesn't sound crazy, but I spoke to Dovda, and she said that we need to go in the cave and we need to bring these in. Mooney, Ilaria, and a kind of a tear rises to his eye and he says, Mom wasn't supposed to survive that. And he draws a finger across his neck.
What do you mean she wasn't supposed to survive?
It's thrown things out of order, her being here. She shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be here.
Oh, she said that she was taking us home.
Does this feel like home?
This isn't home.
No.
But it wasn't home when it was all on fire, and even... No, this doesn't make any sense, Umbra. Like, where the hell are we? Narcus is landlocked. Where's the ocean? I've never seen the ocean before.
I don't actually have any good news here, Mooney. I don't have any as far as I know, this is it's all a lie, and I don't know that there's any comfort in finding out the truth.
You said that she wasn't supposed to survive. Does that mean that she has to die? Because that's not very nice. But I might know some people that could maybe do the job, and she nudges her head over to the gang of seagulls.
He smiles and he throws his arms around her and he says, "No, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. But we need to get rid of these. We need to get rid of your necklace. And we need to get rid of. Do you remember Deirdre's tooth?
Oh, I went flying, didn't it?
Nora's got it. We need to get rid of it.
Do you think if we find it, she might remember as well?
Yeah.
What else? So we've got the necklace. Need to find the tooth.
I don't know if it's fair. I don't know. Is it fair to ruin this for everyone else? Is it fair to take this from them?
I don't know. To be honest, a part of me kind of wish that I didn't know. But this isn't right either, is it? I mean, she looks down at her hands. Is she still a child?
Not any longer.
Does she looks back at the others? Are they children?
The other three are. You and Umbra are the selves that you remember from moments ago when the home that you knew was set alight. And as you stare down the beach at Nulra and Redmond, who are now just playing splash rock at each other, where they just smash rock into the water to try and splash each other, which is just an excuse to try and hit each other in the legs with stones. Your eye drifts up along the other side of the beach where you see Diara has been collecting shells, and she sits at the edge of a small little stream. And Diara, as you cast your eye up the stream coming down, trickling across the beach, up along the end, you see where it's coming from. And the mouth of a cave. Black.
Sorry, Declan, who's winning Splash Rock?
Okay, I tell you what, both of you get to roll d20s.
Please.
Sorry, I was just trying to make my fucking cat stop snoring.
Emma, you have inspiration. Don't forget.
Yeah,
That
wait.
is-
This is
Yeah.
the perfect time.
This
This is the
is it.
perfect time.
I'm not. I've been using. I just rolled a normal dice, and it's a natural 20.
Like, do I even bother? Do I even bother?
Yeah.
You might also get a natural
1
20.
in 20.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, please
Atomic
do.
wedgie.
I actually did okay. I got a 16. That's a good try.
It's a very good try. So Nora, as you scoop down, because you see this huge. It's one of those perfect skimming stones that you have to use two hands to just chuck it, and you see it. And as you squat down to get it, and you're low, Redmond, you see your opening, and you're not even playing Smash Rock anymore. You just kick like as much of the ocean into Nulra's face as you possibly can, and you drown her head to toe.
She's gonna chuck down the cool rock that she got, probably splashing herself, but I'm sure she cannot get any more saturated than she currently is. And she's gonna say, "It's a crap game. I'm not playing anymore." And she's gonna storm away.
Come on, no, come on. I'm like, I didn't mean it. Also, look at what you are.
Where does Emma end and Redmond begin?
That's the thing, I don't know.
Emma,
And I also like to point out, where does Nulra end and Fiona begin?
I'm actually I'm looking at my heart rate right now, and it has risen by I don't know how many points just from this whole interaction. Fucking hell, I'm so angry right now. Nora is angry. Excuse me, Nora is angry.
Mooney is like, oh, I have this set up like somatically in my head. Mooney's gonna watch that, and then she's gonna see Nora storm off, and Regiment probably like chase after her. And then once their silhouettes go past the screen, boom, Diara in the distance. It's going like,
Oh, so beautiful.
maybe we let them two enjoy themselves while we try and figure it out, and maybe. I mean, Diara's depressed all the time, so maybe this won't have that much of an impact on her.
There's okay, so what she did tell me is there's not that much time. She is dying anyway. And if we don't fix this before that happens, everything goes to rot.
So she's dying anyway. So it's like putting down a hurt-wee mouse or something.
A god? A hurt,
Very
it's
big.
like a hurt wee mouse who's also a god.
So like a rat then. So like a bigger one.
There's a fumbling coming from the bag inside as Braska is scrambling to get up. I beg your pardon.
You're not a rat.
I complained of one stomachache, and there I am, casually eavesdropping on you and this Luddite's conversation, and you're on about putting the woman you call your mother down.
I mean, what else are we supposed to do? I mean, if she dies here, that doesn't necessarily mean that she's going to die in, the real world. We're just killing her to wake up from here? Or...
Mooney, you're gonna have to talk to the badger at some other... Mooney, we gotta focus, hon.
Okay.
We really gotta focus.
Alright, Brassica, we've got to focus.
You've gotta focus.
I've got to focus.
We all... Pick someone.
Alright,
You...
Diara.
Diara. Diara has a gold trophy.
Okay.
Okay? No?
Apparently
maybe not.
she doesn't have a gold trophy. I don't know.
Maybe not. Hang on, sorry.
Maybe
my
she's
head's
got
all screwed up.
a letter in an envelope, maybe.
I thought there was a boy with a letter in an envelope. And I didn't think Diara's a boy, but I don't know how.
Wait a
The
minute.
letter is from a boy.
Oh.
Was it the,
I forgot
was the letter
she's
from
like-
Eric? It was a letter from Eric.
R.I.P.
Umbra's heart breaks a little bit, and he chews his lip, and he says, "Yeah, no, that makes more sense. That makes more sense."
Grips.
In the meantime, can
Mrs.
Diara have started climbing the cliff to the cave?
Oh, well, yeah. You can by climbing. You're kind of climbing over rocks to kind of get
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
It. Yes, you can. Yeah. Yeah, and Umbra and Mooney, you see that Diara is kind of halfway up some rocks and maneuvering up part of the cliff. Nolra and Regiment, you also see this, not out of concern. No. Neither of you are concerned by this. It's more a case of, crap, if she gets to the top first, then she's won. But if I get to the top first, I can push Nolra/Regiment off the cliff. So that's why I want to run there, I suppose. Would that be a fair assumption on both your
I'm not
characters?
rolling.
Yeah.
I'm not rolling anymore.
I think we both just look into each other's eyes and have the exact same thought and then just leg it in the same direction. So yeah, that's a fair assumption.
Can I
Eight.
cast? Can I cast Earth Tremor? So they don't follow me.
Yeah, Umbra and Mooney, there's a commotion as Nolra and Regiment just bucket either sides of you towards Diara and the rock face that she's clambering over. And Diara, you hear Nolra and Regiment laughing at each other and shouting. Nolra is letting off a few expletives. She was bursting to let them out, but Alaric was still in earshot. So now they're all coming out of her.
We're gonna break their hearts.
Well, they're going to break their necks going up there, so maybe we should join them before they do that. I mean, we're probably going to need more than the two of us to fight a god.
I don't
Ah, you'd
think
be
we have
grand.
to fight her. I don't.
We just have to kill her, you're saying? She's probably going to put up a wee bit of a fight.
The cave. Find it. We'll talk about it later. Come on.
Okay. Find the cave. And then find the letter and stuff like that. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm glad you still have your badger, by the way.
I'm glad to. She kind of like cuddles the Tokbai closer to her.
Oh.
Th- That was such a nice moment. I'm not actually going to ruin it as Brassica. I will let it sit. I will let it sit.
Oh.
Umbra and Mooney, as you follow behind Regiment and Nolra, you see that Diara has made it over like the large kind of the tall kind of rock face, and she's standing maybe about 10 feet in front of the cave. And Diara, coming from inside, you can hear a song being hummed.
Something I recognize?
No, you don't even recognize the voice. And Umbra and Mooney, you see the cave.
Cave?
She's gonna creep closer.
You can hear it's not louder, but the closer you draw to the cave, the clearer it becomes. But right now, it still just sounds like a hum.
She's gonna look back to see how far the rest of them are away, and then just take off in a run.
Into the cave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Umbra and Minnie follow, I bet, like chasing after her.
Okay. Redmond and Nora?
Where are we now, Declan?
You're
Up there.
Yeah, like I'm not going to make you roll to climb over. It's a thing that takes a little bit of time, but unless the two of you are actually rolling to see who climbed it first.
Yeah.
Okay. Athletics checks then for the both of you, please.
Oh, like, what the fuck is wrong with me today? So I got an 11, and I got a +5 in athletics.
So
Mark
do
needs
I.
to build you a new dice tower.
13.
Like, will I just go? Will I just go? Do I need to be here anymore?
So like Nora, you get up relatively easy, but Redmond is just there a second before you. And he's standing there kind of like arms he's just doing that. And you see that Diara, as the both of you kind of climb up, Diara just looks back at the four of you, kind of with this bratty grin on her face, and just she runs into the cave.
Ooh.
It's
She's
not
not gonna
safe.
win.
It's not safe in there.
Is that the cave?
Yes, this is a cave. I want to win.
Hello. Hi, he's a he as well. Oh.
Yeah, Nora's kind of she's obviously really annoyed, but she's going to be a little concerned that Diara's run into this dark, unknown cave by herself. So
It's okay, I
She's
have dark
gonna-
vision.
okay, rub it in,
Umbra.
whatever. I don't have that either. Like, what else is wrong with me?
Sorry.
Revenge.
So do I. I'll lead
Umbra
you.
is going to stroll up to Nora and try and snatch. Is there a tooth like on? Is she wearing it on her person?
Yeah, you made it into a necklace, I think. Correct? No,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was going to be a
He's-
gift to Regiment, but I have it. I still have it.
He's gonna try
Um,
and snatch it off her neck.
It's the same sensation as when you touch the necklace on Mooney's neck. That you feel that coldness, and Nora, you have the same. All this comes flooding back at you. It's like being slammed by a wave. But where Mooney was overcome with a sense of memory and the animals and concern, beyond the cave and the darkness comes the stench of death and decay. And that starts to overcome you. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
Baz.
Roll better.
Oh yes. Fuck yes. Natural 20.
Do you
Back off, Emma.
I don't know, not Emma, not Regiment anymore. It's Emma. The all the fear, the confusion, the guilt and shame of pushing this down, that repression, Nolra, it bubbles up to the surface. And as it starts to weigh on you, as it starts to pull you down, you remember standing tall. You remember facing it. You remember fighting for your life and the life of Umbra, Diara, Mooney, Regmund, and Illyria. And that fear is just, it's not even pushed to the back of your mind, it's pushed beyond into nothingness. And you know you have to go home, and it lies beyond this cave.
Yeah, she's gonna stumble a little bit and just grip Umbra's shoulder and say, "What, Umbra? What do we have to do? What is going on? Where is this place? Is this even real?"
I don't know, and I don't know how long before Ilarius starts picking up on what's happening. We don't have time. We need to go. He holds the tooth in front of your face and kind of turns it around. Jara has a letter, and Regmund has a trophy.
Because
And
he's
they
that
need to
Nora.
know what's happening. They need to know
Okay.
what's real.
What happens when we all know?
We go to wherever home actually is.
Okay. The letter and the trophy, they've got to be back in whatever is our partner or home. Do we have to go into this cave now?
We can't leave them. We can't let them go in. Remember what happened the last time we went to a cave? We have to go in and get them back out.
Yeah, you're right, Mooney,
No.
you're right. And
That's where we destroy them.
but they need
We
to
have
know
to.
before we go in, don't they?
Yeah.
Do we go back to the house? Do we try and find these things?
I think we should go in and get Diara out of the cave and then go back to the house and see if we can find the other things that we need and then go in together.
Okay.
Hey, Regmund, how are you coping with seeing all this happening like 2 feet away from you? Huh?
Oh, hi.
He is distracted. He has found a small creature he's trying to catch it to throw it at Nora. So he's not actually really listening. Is that fair to say, Declan?
Yeah, that's you. Yeah, he's your character.
Yeah. he's just gonna I just trying to find it.
Minnie's going to quickly go through her bag and usher Brassica out of the way. Is her little children's book in there? Her spell book?
Yeah.
Okay, that's still there. Okay, so we have to go in and isn't it Diara? Only Diara went to the cave?
Dara's run into the cave.
We have to go and get Diara, but what happens if Regmund comes in after us?
I won't let him.
All right.
He throws a centipede at
You like push him off the cliff or something? And me and Umbra can go in and try and get Diara out.
Okay.
As
Wait, he
as
hears
he
this, yeah.
sorry, yeah.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, why can't I go in? What's going on?
Oh God, you're so small, aren't you?
Yeah,
I'm gonna play a game, Regiment. I bet you can't beat me.
bet you I can.
Who can stand on the edge of the cliff the longest without stepping back? Bet you I can.
Bet you I can. And he lays it out.
No, it's just gonna
That
go
was
like
very
that to
cute.
Umbra and me.
Umbra will, Minnie will just, usher Umbra with her hand in the small of his back and quietly, stealthily go into the cave without Regiment getting any ideas.
As all this unfolds, Nolra, Mooney, Umbra, and Regmund, from beyond the cave, you hear Diara's voice singing a low, sad song. Find the memories. Let each of them go. Be safe, children. Tread careful of a fallen shadow. They'll devour your light, and you'll be forever lost. Take heart and courage. Do what's right at any cost. And as the four of you turn back to look at the cave where you heard Diara's voice coming from, all of you feel a blast of warm air just gush out. And a noise not of this world grumbling within.
Ooh.
And we will take a quick break there.
Yay!
Everyone
Got
roll
it done again.
initiative.
See you all in 10 minutes.
Everybody,
Stretch, hydrate, breathe.
help.
Help!
Help us. Please help us.
something too.
You are what? You
And we're
are
back.
there. We go. Well. It's the way we always say welcome
Well,
back. You are very welcome back to the second half of chapter 7. Forget Me Not. We left the gang with Daira having run into a cave, like a bratty child having a temper tantrum. A mysterious and slightly forlorn song in her voice being sung as she ran into it. that echoed out at the others, which was quickly followed by a very hot blast of air and a ominous snarling sound from beyond the depths of the dark on the mouth of the cave. The four of you turning to face it.
Minnie's going to pull out her children's book, go to the correct page, and cast Mage Armor on herself.
Okay.
Nolra is gonna just stare at the rest of them and then run into the cave looking for Diara.
Can't see. You can't see. Nora, you can't see.
No, you just you bullet into the cave right behind Diara.
I can't see either.
I can,
gonna
I
call
can
out
help
to her.
with that.
Gonna hold onto Umbra's hand and just wait for him.
I can see, and I have won this game now that I'm here the longest. So he runs in, and
Oh no!
And if you so you have recap inspiration, which is separate to normal D&D inspiration. So if you do not have normal D&D inspiration, Regiment, you can take inspiration for winning all the games this morning.
Just check my heart rate. Yeah, there it goes spiking again.
and I'm going to say, Nora, wait, let me lead you. And he's quite serious, like he's not joking about it.
Oh, okay.
He has dark vision and she doesn't. And he knows that.
Oh,
Into
okay.
a wall.
So Regiment, you're going to give chase after Nora. Umbra and Mooney, you watch as Regiment just runs into the cave behind Nora.
You're unarmed, presumably, right?
Yep.
I've got my
Cool.
spells. You can help me see in the dark, can't you? Because we should probably, chase after the wee boy.
I know. Well, if I get everyone together, I can give everyone a little bit of a help.
I know, but we're not all together at the minute, so maybe we should hurry up a little bit.
we've no armor. I don't have my bow or my.
Okay, but neither do they, and the regiment's very small.
Okay. Regiment is
Say it one more time.
God love him.
Nora just popped her head out of the cave. What was that?
It echoes down the whole thing. Okay.
But he's
okay, no,
extra
you're right.
small. It's Richmond light.
Oh, cute.
So you're just running into the cave then, yeah? We're just establishing
Yeah,
you're
we're running into the cave. We're
With
all
dark
running into the cave.
vision.
With dark
No,
vision.
I'm waiting until we catch up with Reggie
Okay.
and Nora.
And then he's holding onto his hand and being left like Yorda and Eco.
Oh, cute.
Diara, as you run into the cave, you hear that song being sung. And the voice is Alaria's voice.
Oh, fuck.
It's Eileen Sapras's voice. There's something else. There's somebody else there. There's a third voice. And it's that feeling of a memory of a word on the tip of your tongue, but your mind and your heart hold it back. And you can hear Nolra shouting, and you can hear Regiment saying something. And there's footsteps splashing and slapping against stone. And in front of you, you just see a wall of light. And the air is warm, and you can hear the rain. You can almost taste it. And as you run through the other side out into the open air, you find yourself standing in a quarry. Nolra, followed by Regiment, Umbra, and Mooney emerge at either side of you. Nolra, Mooney, Umbra, you know you're in the old quarry. You know you're in Canuck.
Nolra's going to catch Umbra and Mooney's eyes and say, the letter and the trophy. They're here.
They're in the old house.
As
Who knew there was a quarry in here?
Yeah, this is weird.
as Nora asks that, and Mooney responds, Umbra, you feel yourself pulled in 3 directions. Below, in the depths of the quarry, you feel Diara's anchor. North into the village, you feel Regman's anchor. And to the east, up the old road, over the edge of the hill, you feel yours. And Dovda never told you or showed you yours.
Oh, wagon.
It's not a.
I was just thinking aloud.
Next Twilight, you're dead.
Don't punish me.
Your dice are taking up with that already, so it's fine.
Well,
He very gently puts a hand on Nora and Mooney's shoulders and says, that home isn't there anymore. There's one here. And I don't know how I know, but I think it's her. I think it's Dovda. And there's one in the village. It feels like Diara here. And Regman's. And he thinks of all the corpses that they'd pass in the village to get to their house. I don't know. I think we need to be quick. I think we need to split up.
Is that going to be a good idea? What if any of those things are still about?
I don't think we have time. If any of those things are still about, we have no weapons, we have no armor.
I mean, I've got my spells, so I'd be some help.
I can smash things.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't.
If we find
Just not rocks, just not rocks. Just not rocks. Can't smash rocks with water.
if we see anything, avoid it. We don't always have to fight.
Yeah.
Mm.
I can see. I'm gonna take Diara and find her thing in here, and then one or both of y'all are gonna have to come with go with Regman and get his.
Oh, I remember Regiment as a child. This will be difficult, Umbra.
Maybe Regman should stay here with you. And me and Nolra can go and look for the thing in the town.
An excellent idea, Mooney. Let's go.
I'm right here, guys. As in, what's going on and why are you being weird and serious?
Boys only here, Regiment. So you stay with your brother, okay?
Yeah, right.
Do we see Diara? Is Diara with us?
Yeah, Diara is just kind of looking around, trying to figure out how there's an outdoor quarry in an indoor cave.
Maybe Diara should stay here as well.
Yeah, I think so.
I figure the sooner they find out, the better.
Have fun wrangling the kids, Umbra.
And
have we noticed that they're all adults?
They look like kids.
Oh.
Umbra, you get weirder every time you open your mouth. Do you know that?
maybe we should find, maybe Bulger's workshop has a big hammer you could use and swing it round.
Okay. I'm still a bit freaked out, Mooney. But we can do this, can't we?
I don't think we have a choice.
We don't.
I don't think we have a choice. That's not we don't. We just.
Okay, well, the quicker we do this, the better. Regmund, I remember at this age, is so annoying. And Dara, I mean, come on, guys. We all know how weird she was when she was this age. So let's just get this going. Come on.
Right, let's go. Yeah.
I'm going to listen to Mooney's advice and I'm going to see, is Bulger's workshop here?
You're looking for the giant. Are you looking for his house, like the base?
Well, I'm looking for a weapon, just in
Okay.
case.
You and Mooney cross. You move out of the mouth of the cave out into the quarry, and as they do, Umbra, you see both of them are standing there. They're both there, but they're almost like ghosts. They're here. But like this morning, when you put your hand on the wall, you can almost see through them.
Be
And
quick, okay?
you remember what Duvda had said. Your mortal bodies are here, at home, on the hill.
As he watches them kind of fade from view, he quietly like reaches out and takes Regmund's hand.
What are you doing?
It feels weird, but not for those reasons.
No, not at all. No, he's just like, we're just standing in a quarry. He's like,
Yeah.
Hold hands.
What? Sorry, he's not like panicking or anything. He's just like, this is like not a normal thing to do.
Umbra, to you, it's like you're holding, it's like you're clutching at cobwebs.
And he reaches out to Diara and does the same.
Very much the same.
You can even get weirder without talking.
He's not weird. Just because you don't understand it doesn't make it weird.
Yeah, no, there's a lot I don't understand. But like, what are they even talking about? Do you know what they're talking about? They
I
keep
wasn't
singing.
listening. What?
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
exactly.
other
This,
two?
this is why I'm saying it's. Yeah, you're right. I'm not saying he's weird. I just don't get it. You know, he talks a lot, and it never adds up to what is happening in the situation we're in. Do you know what I mean?
Poor Umbra.
No.
my God.
Where's Mooney and Nora?
Oh my God, so we were insufferable.
Okay.
No,
so just to
Umbra,
get
sorry, go on. Yeah,
No.
sorry.
just to get this, back on track.
Yeah.
We can Muppet Babies this afterwards.
Time for the tall girl party.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna make a White Chicks reference there, but I was like, that movie's garbage. Umbra, you take Diara and Regmund by the hand, and you lead them back into the cave. Nora, you and Mooney, on Mooney's suggestion, go to explore, investigate, look for something in Bulgir's workshop, or Bulgir's hut, which is basically, as we have already established, just another hole in the wall, but it's not a full cave. Give me an investigation check, please, Nora. And actually, Mooney, I'm assuming you're going to be helping, so you can roll with advantage, because
Yes,
you probably need
please.
it.
Oh, I got the same fucking roll. I got a 5. Both times were a 5.
Throw those dice out.
I really need to. They're my lovely new ones. Oh,
Put
I'm
them
afraid
in.
to
Put them
put
in
them in
the.
bin.
jail.
Everything is either broken, rotting, or of no use. You don't find anything, Nora, that you could make. I mean, there's a stick, there's like a piece of timber that you can pick up and use, but it's flimsy.
I'll take it anyway.
Okay. And you're heading towards the village?
Yeah, I'm just gonna look over at Mooney and say to her, none of this feels right, Mooney. So can we just make this as quick as possible
Yeah.
and get back to the others?
And just avoid everything. I mean, we're not really good at fighting when we are fully equipped, so maybe.
We're not very good at hiding either. And she's just
No.
going to gesture at the two large women.
Oh, so
So maybe just haste would be more in our benefit this time.
so haste. All right, Speedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ye speedily and hastily head up the quarry towards the village. Umbra, with Diara and Regmund linked, you wander down the path in the cave. And it feels like it's only been a couple of hours since you fled in search of Ilaria, in search of saving her, finding answers. And where normally with your siblings around you, you feel comfort, looking down at Diara and Regmund, you have a sense of dread and a fear that there's a responsibility here, not just to them because they're children, but as one of the oldest, you've always shouldered that responsibility. And while Nulra is the oldest, you have always had to carry the heavy lifting, the emotional weight. And as you think about that, and as you ponder how Diara is going to feel, you wander into that cavern, and the two black stone doors crumbled, and you can see just barely beyond into the fallen sanctum, where the remains of all those who sought refuge, sought sanctuary, lie. And Eric is buried. Your eyes watching for any sign of the scourge. But there's just silence. And darkness.
He clears his throat against it and just kind of absent-mindedly, more to fill the dead air, to Jara, just kind of as innocently as he can, just says, "So why'd you go running into the cave?"
I just wanted to see if you guys even noticed.
Of course we noticed.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, we're here, aren't we?
We're here because Reggie followed me.
As I noticed.
You just hate losing.
That is also true, but of course I notice.
What are
And
we
I-
doing in here?
I don't know.
There's
Getting seaweed.
In a cave.
Yeah.
She gestures around.
It's wild that this is in here, isn't it? Like, it's outdoors, but we went indoors. Do you know what I mean?
Do y'all
Mm.
remember that cave being here before?
No, we never went this far.
Yeah.
What sort of
We,
question is that?
No, we did once. You'll I actually I gotta show you something. It's right around here.
All right, cool.
He's being a bit weird, isn't he?
Yeah, he's totally being weird. He always is.
I think it's cool.
Umbra, you have to climb up over the rocks. You have to climb up over the debris of the door. And you remember Mathis. You remember fighting Bulgir. You remember dying in this other room, watching everybody else die around you as they inhaled the toxic gas. And as you look back and you see Redmond and Diara whispering to each other, both kind of like shooting you a look and then going quiet, you can see into the sanctum, and just a few feet below you, you see Eric's body half buried.
Y'all stay out here,
We-
okay?
Okay.
All right.
No.
Promise?
What's in there?
It's big kid stuff.
It's probably just some shiny rocks or something. You know how he gets with them.
I like
Um,
shiny rocks.
All right, do you want to go see the shiny rocks?
Nope.
All right.
Nope. It's a dead thing. It's like all rotty and gross and
Amazing.
real- you don't want to see Jara.
Oh, I do.
Why? Because I'm fragile.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
not. No, she's not. Regiment's going to grab Diara's hand and start dragging her in.
Okay.
Is that all right? Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Nora will scruff both of them. Or sorry, Umbra will scruff both of
It's
them.
like,
no, she's here too now.
surprise!
I choose you, Nora. Attack.
Nora is stunned.
He'll actually, like, in a moment driven more out of desperation than any sort of anger, he'll scruff them and try and, like, toss them back, essentially.
Okay. Give me an athletics check, Umbra.
That is not my strong suit, and you know that.
Well,
17.
It's almost like he wants us to go into the game.
That's not
I
my strong
don't.
suit. 17.
uh,
James, you don't even know what it's like to roll bad this session. You don't even know.
and then Emma, if you want to give me a strength saving throw with advantage, purely because there's two of them, and you are a wimp.
Wrong.
I'm a big boy. They're
yeah,
little.
you're a big boy wimp, and there's nothing wrong with that. We love you. We appreciate you. Now pummel
The lines are blurring again.
him.
I got a 14, which is not my
Okay.
greatest.
Yeah, you pulling Diara up over the rocks and towards Umbra. He stands there kind of defiantly in front of you, Redmond, and just no, like he's blocking the path into the cave beyond.
I'm not fucking around, okay?
What are you doing?
Diara's eyes just widen because he doesn't curse a lot.
Mm.
Just
He's
stay there for
fine.
a couple minutes.
Right, fine. Come on, we go find someone else cool or something.
Stay there.
Oh,
I need you to do this.
Fine.
Something real bad will happen if you don't.
Yeah, something real bad's happened to your face.
You slip down the other side.
No, roll for psychic damage.
Vicious mockery. What?
You slip down the other side of the rocks and into the sanctum, Umbra, and you make your way to Eric's body. It's decomposed. You see that his clothes are kind of rotting away, but tucked and sort of stuck inside an inner pocket, you find a damp envelope.
Read it.
Kind of shuts his eyes and takes it out. No, he definitely won't read it. And will like turn it over for any blood stains or anything too gruesome.
No, it's the ink on the front of it has been kind of, it's faded, it's run a little bit, there's some stains. The wax seal is still intact.
Very quickly, and without looking down, he'll say a little prayer to Dovta for Eric
Oh.
Cute.
and for Eileen and for the rest.
Get fucked all aware.
Right?
I mean, if I were to go on naming all of the NPCs Declan has killed, we would be here for a while.
Fair point. Fair point. We shall move swiftly past this. Okay.
And then he turns and starts to climb back.
As you begin to climb back, Umbra, at the other side of the cave, you hear a few rocks tumble.
Oh.
Give me a perception check.
23.
Oh, yes.
There in the half light, the dim light of the cave, you see, at first it looks like a body move. And you see rocks tumble. And then ripping itself from the corpse, you see a fumbling shadow. And the words sung by Diara ring in your ear. Find the memories, let them go. Be safe, children. Very careful of fallen shadow.
He starts to scramble desperately up towards the kids.
You see Regiment and Diara. Regiment he's just picking up rocks and chucking them. He's just chucking rocks. He's now playing chuck rock. How far can you chuck a rock?
Further than they are.
Further than Diara, who has not thrown any rocks, because that's stupid.
That is correct.
Go, run, now. All of us, quick.
What? Where?
We gotta catch Nora. We gotta catch Nora and Mooney. It's not safe here. Let's go. There's gonna be a
Alright.
cave in if we don't go.
What? Wild. Where? Which direction?
Out to the village.
Sorry?
They are just runs. Come on.
The village.
Out of the cave. Come on,
The
Reggie.
village is ages away.
Reggie.
All right,
I'm winning. I'm winning.
Ah!
Much as you watch Diara bolt down, like she kind of gives you a knowing look. There's an understanding there, Umbra. There always has been. You've always, even though Diara might have been the quieter one, the one who was. Mooney is aloof. Diara is distant, and even with that, even knowing now that she does not know who she really is, what has really happened, just in that brief moment, there's a part of her recognizes you and what you need, and she just runs, and spurring Reggie on, he runs. And as you watch, you see him kind of skid for a moment and then keep running, his foot catching on the words, "not without you." And you follow them out of the cave. You hear more and more of those rocks falling, and a whistling, shrieking sound behind you as you make your way out of the cave and back into the quarry. Nora and Mooney, you've made your way to the village, and it's as you remembered it. It's as you saw it last.
Okay.
It's not how you remember it. It's not how you want it to be. But the ruin, the chaos, the devastation, it's rife. The buildings are dilapidated. The earth is sinking. There's bodies thrown everywhere.
Nola is going to reach out and take Mooney's hand, and even if it's kind of a longer way, she understands that they're under time pressure, but she's going to try and take a route to the house that's like not near any of the fields or anything, because she saw how Mooney reacted when she saw all the sheep gone. So she's going to try and kind of lead her down between the houses as best she can.
You maneuver your way kind of between, I mean, where there were houses, there's just bricks and mortar. You see fallen over trees, half sunken bodies. And as you kind of turn a corner, Nora and Mooney, you see the village square, where only a couple of nights ago you had the Harvest Festival. And all the setups, flagpoles, the bunting, the flowers, the decoration, all of it is gone. The flags are rotting, washed out. The windows are broken. The buildings are falling in. And across the square, you see the old mayor, where on that night, the village tournament took place. And Redmond didn't just win. He found vindication, having suffered utter humiliation the year previous. And you know, Umbra told you the trophy is in there.
Come on. Well, it's easier for me than it is for you, Mooney, but just tunnel vision it, okay? We get in and we get out and we get back to the others, okay?
I've got a suggestion. I could do my wee little football thing and go invisible and run in and try and get it and run back out.
I don't want you going in there alone, even with Sasika.
I think it starts with a B.
Not anymore, it doesn't.
I mean, okay. But you'd have to go in first then, because you're a lot stronger than I am.
Sometimes. She says that under her breath. Mooney won't hear that, hopefully. But yeah, she'll go in it first.
You cross the square and you see that the far back wall where the little trellised seating was set up that people could watch the match, that whole section of the old mayor has collapsed. There's a lot of fire damage. You have to shove the door, like you have to put a bit of muscle into it. The door has swollen slightly, and the floor is cracked and it was kind of wedged, but you push and there's a splintering of timber, and this stench hits the both of you.
Poof.
And you just see the entire bar. There's bodies everywhere. Some are lying over tables. Some are hidden and buried in corners, almost defensively, like they were trying to hide. And there, over the bar, you see a small shelf, some dusty bottles, and sitting between them, a small gold tarnished trophy.
Seeing everyone around, Nola's going to say this, acting like she's trying to help Mooney, but it's more for herself, and she's just going to say it loud, the trophy. That's what we're here for. Just let's get the trophy. The trophy, it's there.
Right.
And she's going to try and, can I just hop the bar? Is there a clear route where I don't have to like move any corpses or anything like that? That would be preferable, please.
Yeah, you can maneuver towards the bar easily enough. And as you make it to the customer side, and you like, it's that thing where you're trying to reach out over it and you feel yourself kind of coming short.
Mm.
You can't not see it. Tunnel vision or not, you look down, Nolra, and you see the bodies of Emmy and Bonnie Raider, the dwarven twin sisters who ran the old mirror. And they're both just holding each other.
Her breath's gonna catch and just say, Mooney, can you help me, please?
Okay. Minnie's gonna just step over, really like try and find a negative space between all the bodies and try her best to help. Nolra, how are we gonna get it down? I mean, we're really tall. Can we not reach it?
It's not so much that you can't reach up, it's that you're reaching up and across, and you're just coming a little short, so you'd have to walk around the bar.
Okay. I don't have anything fun or magical to use, so we'll try and navigate round. Really quickly, Minnie's actually just going to cast her eye across like the devastation and use detect magic.
As you do this, Mooney, there's magic everywhere.
Oh.
It's almost like a well has flooded and is swelling up and out, and the source of that rushing power is the old tarnished trophy.
As I said,
But beyond the walls, beyond the space you're in, you feel it all around you. There's something wrong with that magic, the magic beyond this space.
Minnie's going to drop it immediately. All right, let's get this trophy then. Is what we're here for.
Yeah, kind of catching herself and realizing she did ask Mooney for help, but not wanting her to have to do this. Nolra is going to compose herself as best she can and go ahead of Mooney and make her way through the devastation to get the trophy. And she's kind of going to hurry up a little bit now. She wants to get out of here.
You move past Mooney, who seems to have just kind of come to a stop and is kind of looking around her. And you step around the other side of the bar, Nolra, and you see the sisters are just holding each other's hands. They're sitting on the ground behind the bar, just holding each other's hands. And you reach up and you take the trophy. And just a cloud of dust falls. And beyond, something rattles in the bar.
In the same room
In the same
that we're
room.
in?
Yeah. Like a chair rattled or moved.
She's going to whip around and try and see what made that noise.
Give me a perception check.
Perception. That's a 4.
You turn to take, just to look, and as you do, Mooney, in that moment where both of your eyes meet and you see Nolra scanning the bar around you, you just see something move at Nolra's feet. And the shadow cast by Emmy Raider's body, her hand just reaches out and it touches Nolra.
Nope.
Can I reach forward and try and like pull Nolra away from the grasp?
I'm afraid not, because
Oh,
I'm getting
no.
yeah. Sorry.
No time.
Mm,
That's an 18 to hit.
Oh no.
yes.
And 2, 4, 7 necrotic damage,
Mm,
and then as Emmy's hand, you feel it, Nora. It's the same pain as when that boar attacked you, and it sliced into you. And where there should be searing pain, there's just cold. And as you feel that numbing of flesh, muscle, skin, and bone, and your leg growing heavier, and Mooney just her face kind of contorting in shock and fear, reaching out to grab you, you feel the energy drained from you as your strength so your strength modifier has been reduced by 4.
That's the one thing you're good at.
Oh shit!
it's gonna go.
So that lasts until you finish a short or long rest. So it's not permanent. Just
Oh, thanks.
Oh my gosh.
you can
Oh my
blame-
goodness.
You can blame these lovely dice. It's got to be by you.
Regiment,
Yes.
challenge her now, Regiment.
Well, because she was doing so well before this.
Now's my chance.
Yeah, that's gonna catch her completely off guard. She's never felt this before. Strength is all she's had. It's all she has ever had, and it's what she thinks she can use to help the others. And now even that's been taken from her. So she's just gonna look up and make direct eye contact with Mooney. Like her eyes are like dinner plates right now, because she's never felt like this before, and she's just gonna shout, "Run!" back to the others now, and she's gonna try and get out of the grasp, clinging onto this trophy.
Okay. Roll for initiative.
Oh Jesus Christ, Louises. Okay, good.
Fire bolt. Fire
18.
bolt.
16.
Okay, I rolled a 9. So Nora and Mooney, as Nora, as you shout "run," and Mooney, you start to see that the shadows from the rest of the bodies begin to pull themselves free and begin to stand as if they were 3-dimensional, and the bar is beginning to fill up with these shades.
All of the
Uh,
bodies.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And it's just like full, as in like this is the first day the COVID restrictions have been lifted full.
Yeah,
Jam-packed.
it's terrible. Ugh.
Oh dear.
Doomed.
Great.
Nora, you're up first.
She knows she can't do anything. She wants to, but she knows that touch just threw her for a loop. So she is going to, if she has to use disengage as her action, and she's going to bolt for the exit.
Okay, I forgot to do that. What have I told you about reading the goddamn player handbook? I don't like it.
Sorry, I'm just gonna like wave around my shitty 2x4 and try and bop her on the head.
Could have bopped that shadow. Pop it good. Nora, you instinctively just throw yourself away from Emmy's body, and you kind of half shove into Mooney as you run for the door, kind of grabbing Mooney by the hand. Mooney, I'm assuming you're doing the same thing.
Disengage, full movement, get out of there.
Okay. The shadows en masse are beginning, like they were kind of half up. They now begin to move towards the door.
Ooh, I just got a shiver.
As the two of you cross out into the courtyard, again running up the road, you very out of breath, Redmond, Diara, and Umbra, and ye see that from the buildings, from the bog, these shadows are freeing themselves as the sun begins to set. What are you doing?
Okay, I think that weak, shitty Nullra is going to be doing her best to basically pull Mooney's arm out of her socket and run as fast as she can down to the others, waving the trophy at Umbra. We can see all of them, can't we?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Umbra, what now? There's shadows, there's things coming. What now?
I know. Mine is on the hill. I got the letter. Let's go. East. Just in case that
East.
wasn't part of it.
Where's East? I don't know where East is.
You just
Nature check. Nature
You-
check.
Nat
Let me
one,
get
she
my
runs the
compass
opposite
out.
direction. Back into the bar. You, when Umbra shouts east, you turn for the old road and the hill up towards the Red Orchard. Is everyone's just running right now?
Yeah, well,
Like-
while running, Regman's just gonna be like, "What's going on? Where are we?
What the
This place is creepy."
Yeah, like Diara is completely baffled, but also has some ridiculous trust in Umbra, so she's just running after them.
This is so weird, and I mean, I don't like it. You know, can we go back? I miss the seaweed. Can we just get more seaweed? And we see. I mean,
No, I threw it all back in the ocean.
There's still some in Nola's pants. She hasn't quite pushed it.
Oh yeah.
he's continuing to run, but he's just constantly asking questions and not understanding, essentially.
Have they spotted the shadows? Can they see the shadows?
Both of you give me perception checks with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Don't
Your
like that.
tiny little child eyes see nothing.
6.
8.
As Nolra described it, you're tiny. No. As you continue to run and you hear Nolra shouting about shadows and you're running up a hill now as well, and oh god, not another hill. You're not seeing what they're saying. You don't see these shadow creatures or these shadow monsters or ghosts, and both of you are assuming it's just the older ones being older ones who just bully the younger ones with weird stories. Regmund, you see in her hand Nolra holding a trophy, and it's yours. You know it's yours. It's your trophy. And for a moment, that doesn't make any sense. And then you realize, hang on, it's your trophy because you win all the games all the time, and she shouldn't have that trophy. And Diara, you see in his fist as he's running, Umbra has a crumpled piece of paper that belongs to you. But they continue up the hill. And as you reach the top and you look back on the village, and as the sun sets, you find yourself standing in what looks like a burnt out building. In the yard, there is, for a moment, and to Nolra, Mooney, and Umbra, you see yourselves, Diara, Regmund, and Ilaria, all embraced. Regmund and Diara, ye see nothing but a vacant yard in ruin, like that village he ran through a moment ago.
Are we moving? The one us that we see, or
Nope, you're
I know
locked.
I wasn't conscious before you say it.
You're locked.
Um,
You seem to be locked in an embrace, unmoving.
Then he slowly
Just-
goes toward them. It gets a closer look.
You see a wound on Ilaria's neck that's, for a moment, Mooney, and you're not sure if it's just panic, adrenaline, but where the wound is, there's quite a strong flow of blood, a stain. And in the light that's dimming, for a moment, it looked as if the blood was still moving, still gushing. The wound still bleeding, but very slowly.
And then he reaches out to try and touch the flow of blood.
As you push a hand towards the wound, towards this gathering of you and your brothers and your sisters and your mom, you reach out and you feel the tips of your fingers sting. And then a searing pain courses through your body.
Oh,
Take 4 cosmic damage.
cosmic!
Cosmic.
Fuck.
What the?
Just let me have a quick Google there.
I don't think I've got resistances to cosmic.
Got
Oh my
resistances to
God.
cosmic. Ain't nobody got him. I'm telling you now.
Lord.
Hold on, maybe Nora does.
Trust the nerd.
She pulls her hand back and steps back. She looks back over at Umbra with big, sad eyes.
Says, hold on, we're not done. We gotta finish it.
I need to find yours. Do you know what it might be?
Umbra has been racking his brain this entire time, and he's like, maybe the bow, maybe it's like there wasn't really. It didn't feel like there was anything that significant. And he says, we'll figure it out.
Is there like an effigy, like a freeze frame of Umbra there standing?
Again, Illyria had one hand out, and it was only when Umbra took her hand that all of you found yourselves in Cove.
He says, just hold on. And like nods at Nora towards the belt and turns to Jara and takes her by the shoulders and says, I wish I could say it gets better, but I honestly don't know if it will. But we all love you very much. And I hope you know that, okay?
She's like beet red, but also like, what? What are you talking about?
And he presents the letter to her, presses it into her palm.
And instantly, Diara, you know the truth. And you see all of you gathered in the yard. And you know what happened. You remember watching Mathis stab Illyria in the neck. You remember her breathing, bleeding, begging all of you to be together, to go home together, and making that choice. And as you stare down at the letter in your hands, the memory, the boy, it's not your memory. It's not your letter. You know the truth.
What?
The letter was for Deirdre. You told Eric to write that letter. You remember. And you have another memory. A memory that is a lie. A memory that was written to make you feel better.
Fuck, Declan.
Oh my god.
Not
She's just- Go ahead.
not knowing what's unfolding, but understanding the upset that's bound to follow, he closes his hands around hers with the letter still in between both of them.
This isn't right. Like, I know this is supposed to be right. But this isn't mine. Not really. And she gestures with the letter. And then she's going to kind of look around at the others. Does Reggie still look like a kid?
Yeah. But you see the
Um,
others for what they really are.
Yeah.
Who they
So,
really are.
like, she's just gonna be like crying but not crying, you know, like her eyes are watering or whatever. And then she is gonna smile at Umbra and put a hand on his face and say, "It's okay. We'll be fine. We're together." And then she's gonna gesture at the trophy in Nora's hand and say, "Give it to him."
Yeah, Nora will hold it out to Regmund and say to him, "You know this is yours, don't you? Fairly won." And
Yeah,
she'll-
yeah, I know it is mine, but really, I'd like to go home now.
Well, then take it.
I don't like it here.
She's gonna get a bit annoyed now and just shove it into his hands.
He'll take it and be like, "Well, yeah, it's mine anyway. I mean, you can touch it all you want, but only if it makes you feel bad because you didn't win."
You're holding the trophy, Regiment.
Okay, can we go home now, please? I really don't know where we are, and Ma's gonna be looking for us, and I'd like to go back, and I'm hungry.
Hold up, he didn't change? Umbra? Umbra, what's going on?
It was in the village. It was in the village. I know it was in the village. Dove just said there'd be a... It doesn't make sense.
I saw the magic. That was it. That was
Everyone,
definitely it.
everyone's intense, and I just want to go home.
He's gonna go over and kneel down beside Regmund and like look pleadingly at the others. I don't know.
You
Then he
said it
looks
was a
up at the
trophy.
house. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's something in his bedroom. Maybe it's the hole in the wall that he put through. Maybe if we shove his wee head through, he might remember.
I'd like to not put my head in holes. I just want to like this place is horrible. It's burnt down and it sucks. And come on, that's enough now, guys. Stop
We
it.
need him back. We need him back right now, Umbra.
I'm right here. Come on, please. Can we go?
Nolra, you're all gonna hate me. Nolra's nervous now. This should have worked. She's gonna run into the house and try and make her way to the boys' room and see if she can find anything. Sorry.
You run into the house, no, leaving the others behind. Give me an investigation check. What's everybody else doing?
And Minnie's just looking at Umbra for answers. And
Panicking.
she might just tentatively maybe try and like take the trophy from Regiment and just look at it like.
We've all
Just looked
seen
up.
my trophy. I win every game. This is weird. Come on. Like,
Do you remember how you won it?
yeah.
How did you win it?
I do I remember?
No.
I don't know. Listen, this is I don't know. It doesn't matter. Please. Please can we go?
What did you get, Nora?
15.
You head upstairs. You head up to the room that you grew up in, the room that across from it, Regiment and Umbra shared. The house is it's a charred skeleton. You see the burnt, blackened remains of a chest of drawers, a bed frame. Whatever ye had, whatever trinkets, clothes, memories have all gone up in fire. There's nothing in the room.
Nothing.
No.
Right. She's gonna like let out a yell of frustration and make her way back down to the others. Just she doesn't know what to do. There's nothing up there. There's nothing in your room. Umbra, what do we do now?
I don't know. Reggie, you won this in a fight. You were a fighter. You worked at the quarry. You made beautiful, beautiful mason jars, Reggie. They were so good. They were so goddamn
Maybe
good.
it's a
we need to find
mason jar.
a mason jar.
Oh my god, maybe that's it.
Did Ilaria give us our porridge in a mason jar? Was it that kind of B&B?
It was, yeah. With chia seeds and all that stuff.
Reggie,
Do I have? Oh, go ahead.
No, he's just gonna be like, sure, like that. Stop being like, come on, please. Like, you can start making stuff up. I know you like your little stories. Can we just please just go back to, and then we can have all the chats about jars.
Mooney's just going to look at Umbra very, very sadly. We can't go back. She'll know.
Umbra, you see the trophy glowing.
Just Umbra?
Just Umbra.
He places a hand to it. Look.
And instantly, Redmond, you remember everything. You remember watching Ilaria die and beg for all of you to come home. And between the four of you, next to yourselves and Ilaria, you see light just appear. And as the sun sets and night takes hold, shadows amass up the hill and crawl and creep and stagger towards you from all directions. And from the light comes a spark, and the spark of fire, until in front of the four of you, five of you, sorry, Nora came back, there is a burning ball of white light.
We can't stop them. We can't hold them all off like this.
Umbra, stop it. I don't like what you're doing. Put it back. Stop
It's
this.
not me.
Stop it. You've taken it too far.
Diara's gonna take Umbra's hand and be like, I never should have saved her. This is my fault.
You
And
didn't
then
know.
he looks at Hilaria, like kneeling down, and she looks back at everybody. What do we do? You said that she wasn't supposed to live. Is there anything we can do here now while we have the opportunity?
Mooney? Yeah. Ilaria speaks.
Oh no.
Mm.
Oh, didn't mean it.
You're in trouble now.
Oh, fuck.
Her head turns slightly to face
Nope.
all of you. Her eyes looking at the fire. Please come home.
I wanted to. You said you would take us home, but that beach wasn't home. I
That
don't
can-
think this is home either.
we can go anywhere. Please.
I want to go, please. And he's going to run over towards her.
No, Nola's going to try and grab him.
Okay. A strength check and a strength saving throw.
Shit, and my strength is poop now.
Oh dear.
I got a 9.
I was going to say, I only got a 12, so F you.
Yo.
Regiment, you run to Ilaria, who's frozen but for her face. And Nora, you grab him and you're holding him firm. You don't understand. If you let those things go, that's it. I can't.
Mooney looks at the fire and she looks back at Umbra. You set the fire. Cast them in.
I still
Let me
don't have my
go.
thing
Let me
yet.
go, Nora. I don't like it here. I
Like,
prefer it
without
over here.
breaking any eye contact
Right,
with Ilaria, she's going to slowly take off the necklace. And she's going to slowly, like, hold it over toward the fire. Isn't there, like, the white fire near us? Yeah?
Yeah. As you move your hand towards the fire, the necklace, you feel it being pulled towards it, and the edges of it begin to burn with white light.
There's, like, tears streaming down, like, the fur of her face. Like, was any of it real?
All of it. Every story. Every word. And you just see tears pouring out of Valeria's face. Please.
Diara's gonna walk over and just put the letter into the flames and just say, "This wasn't real," and lets it go.
Ilaria falls free and hits the ground and just looks up as she sees the letter catch fire. You're my children. All of you. This is our home. I just want to
What?
go back.
You were
Who was that
toying
on
with
the
us. You were
beach?
toying with us all.
Stop
treating
it,
us like
Nora.
your playthings. No, Regiment, no. And
I just want to go back, please. Come on. And he's trying to kick and
no,
pull, and-
Nora's going to kind of, this sounds awful, but she's going to basically drag him over to the fire and she's going to rip the tooth from around her neck and she's going to just
Stop
fling it
it.
into the
Stop.
fire.
Stop.
Ilaria convulses as you throw the tooth into the fire and she winces in pain.
Look what you're doing to her. Look.
Regiment, look what she's done to us. None of this is real.
But we were
Open
happy.
your eyes. Open your eyes for once, please.
Is this where you want to live? You'd rather stay here? Can we please just go back?
I want to be with all of you, but not like this.
This
I-
isn't real either, Reggie.
You have to. You
No.
have to put it in the fire, Regiment.
No.
Don't make me make you.
Nope.
Minnie's still holding on to the pendant's chain and not letting go of it just yet. Still, like, not breaking eye contact with Ilaria.
Richmond, you came to me that night. You couldn't say a word.
I know, Ma.
Look at you. Look at you now.
Yes, look at
Yes.
him now, Ilaria. Look at him. And it's not just you that made him this way. Regiment, stop it. Don't listen to her.
Nora, shut up. I'm going with her, wherever she is.
No, I know you probably will try and contest it. She's not letting you go.
Please. And he's calm and he's not kicking.
No.
Me go. Let me go.
No, I
please.
won't.
Please, I don't want to lose her.
Well, I don't want to lose you.
Mooney. That book. is more than just pictures and words. Stories told under stars, over cups of hot tea and leftover pies.
Were you the
Please,
one that wrote the annotations?
what does it matter?
You didn't. Not even that's real. Just the bits that you picked off from the real world, and God knows where that is. But it's not here. You say that this is our home, but then what was that on the beach? You were pretending that that was home as well.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
I want it to be real, Ilaria. Even if it hurts, I want it to be real. I love stories, but I don't like being lied to. And she lets go of the pendant.
Stop it, Mooney. No, please stop. Stop.
She looks at the trophy and she looks at Umbra. And she knows that they have to take it from him. Take away the agency, but they have to do it for his sake.
Umbra frowns and he says, I know that you love us, but this is wrong. And Dovda needs you. Do you not know who? This feeling, this being lied to, this not knowing who you really are or who you could be if you had the chance, and if things weren't lined up for you to, if things weren't fake. That's happening to you too. That's it's not just us. That's what's happening to you. You're not this. You're much more than this, Ilaria. And Reggie, we can't. She's a goddess.
I know she is.
You can't keep her. We can't keep her here.
Why
And
not?
he'll go and kneel
Why
beside her.
not?
It's not how the world works.
I don't care. We were happy. I
You
don't
can be
care.
happy, Regiment.
Of
This
course
is.
we can.
She doesn't belong here. She doesn't.
I don't care.
She shouldn't be doing any
I'm
of
not
this.
doing this. Please, let's just go back, please.
We can go back, but you need to put that trophy in the fire.
No.
Regiment, don't make me make you. Please don't make me make you.
Then don't do it. It's fine. Don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Please.
Nola's going to put a hand on the trophy, but she's not going to pull right now.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Please, Regiment. She's just going to be looking him in the eyes. Please. Please.
Oh. Stop.
And
You
then
know
he's
how
gonna
much.
put a hand on Regiment's shoulder.
You know how much you mean to me. You know, every sag and every time I give out about you, and every time I say you can't beat me, and you know that I know that you can, and you know how strong you are. And I know you're stronger than me. So if I can throw that stupid fucking tooth in the fire, you can throw that in the fire.
If you do this, we're done. I'm going where she's going. And if you want to take that away from me, we are done.
Please don't. Don't leave us, Regiment.
I don't want anything to do with it.
I can't make you. I can't make you.
She's going to clutch the trophy really tight and just not let go.
I can't make him. And she's going to just look up at the others and say, I can't force him.
Umbra is kneeling beside Ilaria and he kind of looks into her eyes and he says, "It's not fair. to do this to us. And if you love us, I think you'll know that.
She turns her head to look you dead in the eyes, Umbra. And you see nothing but pain and sorrow. And then she looks past you at Redmond. It's okay.
I know, Ma. I know, Ma.
Just let it go, Redmond.
No. Nope.
Redmond,
I'm not doing it.
listen to me. I am more than that trophy. I am more than that ring you wear on your finger. I am more than memories. Whatever happens, you have to trust me. Let go.
Will I see you again?
And she just smiles. Of course.
You promise? I can't go on without you. You have to promise.
I promise.
Okay, let me go, Nora.
She'll just look at him for a second and then take her hands off.
He'll put the trophy in the fire.
The trophy burns away. And around all of you, you just see this swirling blackness and chaos at the edges of the diameter of the light that's been cast around you. And the earth begins to shake. And Alaria's head snaps straight back at you, Umbra. And her eyes go black. Her skin drains of all color, and her hair bleeds white. Duvda did not tell you what the fifth anchor was, child of twilight. Typical.
You said it was something more.
It's you.
He whips around to look at the rest of the five. That doesn't make any sense. That's not how this has worked.
We all go.
Yeah.
We all go.
None of you are created of twilight, for twilight.
Don't understand.
I don't care.
Come on. We all hold hands. We all go in.
He locks eyes with Ilaria and very softly whispers, "Will it hurt?"
She leans into your ear, and you feel her hands glide up your back and embrace your neck and the middle. No.
Will they be okay?
Have faith, Umbra.
He buries his head into the crook of her neck and starts to cry.
Are we all going in then?
Together.
Mm-hmm.
Not without you.
Not how it works.
I don't care.
That's not how it works. Okay. He like brushes himself off. And he gathers the other around for a hug.
Hug.
Nola's gonna just look over at Ilaria with tears pouring down her face as my cat poops in the tray again. Always perfect timing. And say to her, "Why did you do this to us?" And without even letting her reply, she's just gonna turn back to the others and hug them and wait for what's gonna come next.
He nods and gives each of them a kiss. Regmund on the top of his head, Jara on her cheek, Nora and Mooney wherever he can reach, though probably not too high. And
She bends down to him.
he looks at the ground and shuffles his feet and says, "Could you close your eyes?"
Okay. When he closes her eyes,
Diara shakes her head.
No. We're all going. Umber, stop.
And he steps out into the fire.
No,
then he weeps into her hands.
You turn and walk into the flames, Umbra, and for those of you that watched or turned away, there's a flash of light that even with your eyes covered, your face turned away from the moment, you can't help but see it. And the hills of Canuck are washed in white light. And all of you just hear, "I am Boss, goddess of death. I am Ilaria, mother to Umra, Nulra, Regmund, Mooney, Diara. Thank you." And an energy ripples out from that moment, from that space. And as everything goes dark, Umbra, you feel something inside you change. Something inside you awaken. A pain, a hunger, an emptiness. And there's a voice. The woman in twilight. Run. And the four of you see Umbra standing where Ilaria was, the courtyard covered in a meadow of blue and white flowers, forget-me-nots. And as the mist and fog around Canuck is burned away, as far as the eye can see, you see ruin and devastation, and plumes of thick black smoke burn on the horizon. And we leave chapter 7, Forget-me-not, there.
Fuck me.
Nope.
Rip.
Oh
Okay.
my word.
So I'm just gonna. Sorry, I don't normally be that kind of a thing. For anybody that was watching that's feeling a little bit, maybe maybe I didn't get that across, but that's fine. But if you are feeling somewhat just feeling a weight or a heaviness, just take a moment, just take a breath, and just let it out and let it go. We are going to, directly after this, and it's a bit late for us, but we're going to have a chat just to make sure that everybody is in a good space and is okay and is all right. We have a bit of a thing to do here to wrap this up, but I just wanted to take that moment just to cement that. You have been watching Rise of the Forsaken with 5 absolutely phenomenal role players. James as Umbra, who will probably never talk to me again. Fiona as Nora.
He will probably never talk to you again.
Eilish as Diara. He's definitely not talking to me. Kat as Mooney, and Emma as Regiment. My name is Declan, and I've been your dungeon master. We are technically back in 2 weeks. Our next episode is the 7th. The 6th is the 6th this Sunday, but we can't make it. We can't make that Sunday, so we're going to be playing on Monday the 7th. Our usual time, usual space. We are D8 Dungeon. We are an Irish group of people who love telling stories and putting our heart and soul into them. You can find us on social media at D8 Dungeon. We would love for you to pop on over to our Discord if you're not already there. You can check out our podcast, Romancing the Dungeon. I'd like to say it's not as heavy and intense as this, but sometimes it's...
Next week's episode is a doozy.
I'm so...
Come by the Discord and give us a hug, please. Please, God.
Yes.
My eyes are watering from this and my cat's poo. So
Yeah.
I'm just straight up crying.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. You can again, you can find the podcast Romancing the Dungeon on Spotify, iTunes. This video will be up on, if you didn't get to catch it all, it'll be up on our YouTube channel. After the fact, we would love if you give us a like and subscribe over there. You can also check out our Patreon, but that's not mandatory. You don't have to do that, but we do have a little Patreon. So if you'd like to support D8 Dungeon and our shows, that would be phenomenal. We've so much planned for the next year. It's a privilege to be able to write stories and play games with these people and the gang over at Romancing the Dungeon. Some of them are here too already, but have a phenomenal week. We will see you back on the 7th of February for the beginning of book 1.
Oh shit.
Oh, sorry, the beginning of book 2. This was book 1. Yeah.
oh my god, I was like, time skip again? You asshole.
This was
Book-
this was the tutorial.
Yeah. Yeah, this was the prologue. Book 1 Elegy has come to an end.
Oh
my gosh.
Wow.
See you soon.